Hi everybody, Dr. Bill Crawford here, psychologist, speaker, author of 7 books, host of 2 PBS specials. Here again to bring you another tip on how to help you create the life you want, how to bring more clarity, confidence, creativity into everything you do. Today I want to talk to all of those who follow my videos and philosophy, all those folks who are feeling, a little bit less than thrilled after the election. Now, we know there's some of you out there that are just like thrilled at the result, and congratulations. You probably don't really need a video right now. I want to talk to all those folks that are grieving, that are feeling sad, even brokenhearted as a result of what happened. I want to bring you a way of dealing with this so that it's productive, so that it's purposeful, in a way you would teach to someone you love. It starts with a concept from Ken Moses. He's a psychologist in Chicago. He's come up with a concept around grieving that he calls grieving the shattered dream. I think that's really important to understand, that when we find ourselves grieving a loss of any kind, what we're really grieving is not so much just what was lost, but what will never be as a result. And so for many people, they're grieving that shattered dream after the election, and that's a serious experience. Ken Moses works with parents who've lost a child. You can imagine how traumatic that is. And what he does is he looks at the feelings of grieving, and he doesn't look at them just like as a stage theory, like Elizabeth Kubler-Ross did. She did a great job, but it really goes beyond just a stage theory. We don't start here and move here and then wind up in acceptance. If you've ever done any grieving, you know it doesn't work that way. He looked at the 7 phases of grieving that we go in and out of. One of them is guilt, one of them is anxiety, one of them is confusion. So if we can begin to see this process, give it meaning, and move into it with purpose, I think we can begin to make use of these feelings and not feel so overwhelmed by them and so dealt with by them. We're dealing with them. See, there's a quote that I'm using in my seminars most recently. It's from Viktor Frankl. It says, life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose. Now, a lot of people look at quotes going, yeah, he doesn't know what I'm dealing with. Don't you know what just happened? Well, for those of you who know Viktor Frankl, he wrote this quote in a book called Man's Search for Meaning. He wrote this when he was in Auschwitz. So, I know we're dealing with some challenging stuff right now, but would it be fair to say that we're not dealing with Auschwitz? Now, in no way does that mean to diminish our feelings or diminish our reactions or imply that we shouldn't feel them. We just want to make sure we're dealing with them with meaning and purpose. There's a part of the brain called the limbic system, this middle part of the brain, that assigns meaning if we don't take charge of it. And it assigns it based on perceived danger and threat. That's why some people can see a dog and react like this, and some people can see a dog and go, a dog, same dog. But it's a different reaction based on kind of a less than purposeful assignment of meaning from that limbic system. So what I think we want to do is make sure we are assigning meaning to our feelings. We're grieving a shattered dream. It really speaks to how much we care. We're not somebody that doesn't care, that doesn't have any investment in what happens in our country. If something happens and we think, oh man, that's not good, we have very understandable feelings about that. We can be proud of those feelings if we will let them know and kind of assign meaning to them in terms of how much we care. And then we got to have purpose. We got to move forward with purpose. There's 4 questions that I like to give people when I'm doing my seminars to help them find that purpose. Number 1, am I doing this on purpose? Have I decided to react this way, or just I find myself reacting this way? Number 2, how's it working for me? Is this helping me create the life I want? Is it effective? Now, sometimes though can be yes or no. I love the 3rd one, however. Is this the statement I want to make about who I am? Does this define me in the way I want to be defined? Not so much that I'm having a bad feeling, but that I'm letting some person or situation outside me that I perceive as negative control me or define me. See, I don't want to be defined by the situations and people around me. I want to define myself in a way I would teach to someone I love. That's the 4th question. So number 1, am I doing it on purpose? Is it working for me? Is it defining me in a way I would teach to someone I love? When we can assign meaning to life, and look at our reactions and choose those on purpose in a way that fit the 4 criteria. They're purposeful, they're effective, they define who we are, and they define who we are in a way we would teach to those we love. We can become more influential in our life, in the lives of others. We can use our feelings to motivate behavior that we would teach to those we love. So as we go forward, what I would encourage you to do is just notice the feelings. You don't have to judge them, just notice them and ask yourself the question, what do they mean? Can I see it as grieving a shattered dream? Can I take those feelings and move forward in a way that I would teach to someone I love? Because when I can do that, I am now the purpose, and I am now the person who is in charge of how I feel and how I am and who I am in a way I would teach to those I love. I hope this is helpful, and I hope you're finding these videos helpful. If you do, please hit the like button, share them with your friends, Facebook, Google, love them when you like them. If you'd like me to come to your school or your church or your organization and do something around kind of grieving a shattered dream or assigning meaning or giving meaning to our life in a way that we would teach to those we love, just go to my website, BillCrawfordPhD.com. Let me know what you're interested in, and I'd love to talk with you about that. In the meantime, here's to you, bringing more clarity about meaning and purpose into your life. More clarity, confidence, and creativity to everything you do. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.